Alright, so next up, let's have a look at question 5. So let x be a normally distributed random variable with a mean of 5 and a variance of 9. Let z be the random variable with the standard normal distribution. So what we've said is x is distributed normally with a mean of 5 and a standard deviation of 3. So the variance is 9, so the standard deviation equals the square root of 9 equals 3. And then we've also said let z be normally distributed with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. Alright, so that's the standard normal distribution. This guy here is the standard normal distribution. So question A asks us to find the probability that x is greater than or equal to 5. So we know that the mean is 5. So for x, we've got a distribution that looks a lot like this. So we put in our mean of 5, and we know that there, the greater than 5, is 50%. Therefore, the probability that x is greater than 5 equals a half, or 0.5. It's the same thing. So next up, we want to find b such that the probability that x is greater than 7 is equal to the probability that z is less than b. So from our previous slide and discussion, we had x is normally distributed with 5 and a mean of 5 and a standard deviation of 3, and z is normally distributed with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So the first thing that we're looking at, and I'll draw this in green, is the probability that x is greater than 7. So on a little diagram, which is always useful to have, I might have a second crack at that. That's our normal distribution, and we said that this is a mean of 5, so 7 is 2 above, 2 units, but that's sort of less than 1 standard deviation, and that's the area there which represents the probability. And what we've said is we want it to be the same, that z is less than b on a standard normal. So that probability is given by this, where we have a mean of 0 and we have a standard deviation of 1. We essentially want to find this spot here, which we'll call b, such that the blue area I'm marking in on this is equal to the one on the green distribution. So to go about this, we're going to need to use our standardizing method. So we want to say, right, what's the point on this graph in the positive direction that gives the same probability? And the way we do that is we say that z is equal to x minus mu over the standard deviation. So therefore z equals, so the x value is 7, so that's from up here, minus the mean, which is 5, so that 5's come from here, the mean of our x random variable, divided by the standard deviation of 3, which again comes from the x random variable. So if I'm all correct, that should come out to be 2 on 3, but we want the z less than b. So if we did that at the moment, we would include all of the yellow area, which is incorrect, because obviously the yellow isn't the same as the blue on the left-hand side diagram. So what we want to do is we want to essentially take the negative of this. So we want b equals negative 2 2/3. And that's our final answer for this question.